the end, we couldn't put all 46,000 names on, but we did a special thank you to you guys, and we put about 400 up. They were people who I naively, one of the rewards I offered people was I'll put your name in the film somewhere, and that was idiotic at the time because 400 people chose it, and trying to hide 400 names in a movie. It's one thing if it's like on a waitress's name tag or like on someone's cubicle office, but try and do with 400 names and then edit the movie and cut so much out, it was impossible. So we wrote to all those people, maybe some of you are one of them, and said, hey, would you mind if we put you in the credits instead? So we'll get there after all these people. Hi. Thank you so much for watching our movie, and I'm now here to answer any of your questions. I came all the way to Paris to be here for this wonderful experience. So go, don't be shy. We have mics somewhere too.
Hi.
Wait, there you are. Very nice. That's my mom. That was my mom. Okay, when who's ever projecting, when these wonderful names are gone, you can pull it down, so I won't. And I have a wonderful translator here in case I can't figure out a name, something. Robin. No, I mean, Robin is here in case I need help, but you guys can probably all help me. Yes, questions, anyone?
Yes.
Hi.
I just wanted to know if you have a problem with swimming, because
Yes.
I understand you can swim.
I do have a problem with swimming. I learned late. There's several overlaps in the film. Missing mothers, swimming, sad.
Trips.
What's that?
Road trips.
Road trips, sad Jews. Love. So I learned to swim late, and I have a lot of memories as a kid of being the kid on the shore who couldn't swim while all the other kids were playing in the lake. And I don't know why I learned to swim late, but I did. I was way late past the other kids, and I had a big fear of the ocean. And my father eventually, just like the father in this film, really, gave me a big pep talk, and I started taking swim lessons. But I remember feeling like Grace's character, feeling scared of the water. That's why.
May I ask a second question?
Well, it would be sure.
I didn't see Rowdy in the movie.
Yeah. Did anyone see Rowdy? One person. Where? Let me see if you're right.
Behind Jesse?
Yes, he's behind Jesse, the young boy that flirts with her on the front lawn and invites her to the pool party. I had to hide him. He's a dead dog. He can't be too prevalent, or the audience would be like, "Wait, why is there a dead dog?" When you go back, you'll see her on DVD or in the theater, or whatever. When Jesse's talking to her and nervously inviting her to the pool party, he's in the background of the wide shots of Jesse, and he's seemingly out of focus dog peeing on a sign, but he's really a dead dog. Yes.
Hey, my name is Patrick, and my wife got this for me as a 40th birthday present, so...
Great, happy birthday.
I wanted to ask about how much of it is autobiographic and all sorts of boring stuff like that, but actually I'm gonna ask, what's the weirdest thing that a Kickstarter backer did over the course of the screenings and stuff?
Well, I did so... Oh, at the screenings?
I don't know. Anytime during
I did a lot of wedding proposals. In fact, there's a couple here tonight. Did I do yours? Oh, you asked me to propose to you. No, I didn't. But, well, we'll get to know each other. We'll see what happens. But, a lot of video, the video one was very popular. I'll say anything you want. As long as I'm not endorsing something, a product, I'll say anything you want for 30 seconds. So a lot of people had me help them propose to their wives. There's a Polish couple here. Where are you guys? In the way back. And this gentleman came up with a really elaborate scavenger hunt to propose to his girlfriend. And he used the video segments of me giving clues to her as to follow to find out where I assume the ring was or the proposal. And it worked because they're engaged or married right now. I did a lot of that kind of stuff. The weirdest ones were was like when I had to like do like 30 seconds of like what would be gibberish to anyone, but it was like inside jokes to people, like their friends. Like so they're like, hey LR, you know, F you to Jerry, he doesn't deserve you, girl. L942 forever, you know, like some inside joke between friends. I was just reading like I have no fucking clue. But I'll do it. I'll do whatever you want. And then it would be like, and at the end, wave your hand like this, you know. But for the most part, it's been relatively sane, other than that. Yes, right there.
Hi. I understand, well, the rowdy question is already covered, so I'll have to come up with a new one. So, first of all, well, I understand that you've been quite busy between Broadway, between the several other pre-screenings and all that. So, basically, my question would be, how are you doing? How are you?
By the way, what a nice person. No one, I've done 7 Q&As across North America, not even 7 cities. There's no theaters. I don't know what it's like in France, but there's no theaters in the United States anymore that they hold like 200-300 people now. So some of the cities were so huge that I had to do staggered Q&As by 45 minutes. So I was doing I'd start a movie, 45 minutes later start another movie, 45 minutes start another movie, and then go back and do Q&As for all of them. And so many Q&As when you add them all up, and not one person has ever asked me how I'm doing. Thank you very much. I'm glad your rowdy question got asked. I'm great. This is the most fun I have. I'm very tired. I'm working my ass off on Broadway and fulfilling all my promises to 47,000 amazing people. But I'm having the most fun when I'm doing this. I'm sharing what we all made with each other. I watched the end of the movie in the back of the theater with you guys, hearing you guys laugh, hearing you guys silence, hearing some people sniffle. Joking around with you, that's the most fun I have. That's what I love, because it's such a struggle to get art made, especially film art made, that when you then watch it with an audience who loves it, there's no better feeling on earth. Yes?
Hi. I came from Dublin with my husband, who went back to go to work tomorrow, so it's just me.
Did he watch the movie?
No, he was on a flight for the movie, so it's just me.
Oh.
My question is, and I've been thinking about how to word it because I genuinely want your opinion on it, but please don't, I hope it doesn't come across as being hard. I know you're already like Jesus.
So far this is going great.
I know. Come to Ireland.
I will.
I loved Garden State when it first came out, completely blown away by it, and I guess like many people here, you look at you and you see JD from Scrubs.
Yeah.
And I really like the acting, the directing, the getting rid of the typecasting of JD was amazing. And like everyone else, I was waiting for the next Garden State to come after. And what I noticed kind of with many things that are really popular is like any movie you kind of did after Garden State, whether you just acted in it or whether you provided the soundtrack or something like that, the media kind of really went for you, like, oh, it's not Garden State, oh, it's, there are reviews on it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was overly harsh. And then with the Kickstarter and stuff, the number one thing for me with the Kickstarter was when you said like it's continuation of Garden State, because what you did create with Garden State was really amazing, and like with this one I feel like you're kind of progressing. I know it's a really long. I know.
Just waiting for the
question
mark. The question mark is on the horizon.
I'm just going to talk for 2 hours. No, what I wanted to know.
Don't worry, there's no one else here who has any questions.
No, shouldn't be. What I wanted
What's
to
your
know
question,
is
darling? I'll answer it.
the Kickstarter campaign
Yes.
and how negative the media got with you
Yes.
afterwards.
Yes.
Even now, when I was like trying to find out about tickets for tonight, the media still are putting up stuff about the whole Kickstarter thing and you.
I know, yeah.
How did that really affect you and
I'm
stuff?
just going to start quoting articles.
No, I'm not going to quote anything.
I think that, I got it. I got the question. What did I think of the media reaction, the Kickstarter campaign, and the backlash that was... the problem, how do I say it most succinctly? The way entertainment journalism works on Earth now is that you get clicks as someone's on their way up, and you get clicks as someone's on their way down. There's no interest in clicking on a story of how wonderful someone's doing. people are interested in, we've discovered someone new, and people are interested in, oh my God, isn't it great that so-and-so is falling on their face. I was under 30, and I had a hit TV show, and I wrote, directed, and starred in a movie that no one wanted to finance, and it became a global phenomenon and won a Grammy. There is no one who has a target on their head for backlash more than that guy. And it came, it didn't come right away, but it came over the years. People saying, oh, they don't like the movie anymore. Oh, I created this this trope. What's the French word for trope? It's probably trope. You know, like a cliche of Natalie's character became a cliche. And so yeah, there was plenty of media backlash. And in the Kickstarter campaign, there was a lot of misinformation. I had to go out and explain, you know, myself. It was a thing I wasn't expecting at all. But I see now in hindsight, when I see with people like you, and I see with people across the country, and this insane loyal following I have on the internet, that you just have to keep fighting for what you believe in. I mean, no one wanted to make Garden State, and I got it made. No one wanted to make this movie, and you guys got it made. You know, every person I ever met told me I wouldn't get those bands for the Garden State soundtrack. It went platinum and won a Grammy. This one, everyone said, yeah, you'll get some original music, but it's not going to be like Coldplay, Bon Iver, and you know the Shins, and it was, you know. So I think when I speak at film schools, I bring this thing I blew up, and it's very 2014, but I liked a song on the radio, and I clicked to discover what it was. It was an unknown artist, but it was a song, and I was like, whoa, I want to get that song. And the first 2 comments under the song, the first one was 1 out of 5 stars, this is the worst fucking song I've ever heard. The second one down was 5 out of 5 stars, this is my new favorite song. And so I printed it and blew it up huge when I speak at film schools. Because I say, this is creating art in 2014. Everyone has a voice, everyone has a very passionate opinion, but there's room for you to make art for the people that appreciate it. When the guy who pulls up to me in his car at the red light is cranking house music, and he's cranking the house music so loud and he loves it, it's his favorite thing in the world, and I want to roll my windows up and go, God, what's wrong with that person? There's room for both of us to have things we like. So I think like some of my heroes, like Woody Allen, who's clearly one of my heroes, I'm not going to be for everyone, but fortunately there's enough people that like what I'm doing. Thank you. Yeah. You can just yell it out. Oh wait, here comes a very fast mic person. God, your muscles are filling out that shirt better than mine do. I have pectoralis jealousy.
You're welcome. First thing, thanks a lot. That was totally worth it. So what about the robot who is with the companion of the awesome spaceman Knight? Well, what is it? Well, it's something of your childhood?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up for interpretation. For me, the robot was, it could be said that it was Noah. It could be said that it was just sci-fi, a piece of his fantasy. But he was there to sort of be his little silent helper. And I mean, at the very simplest level, he's like R2-D2, you know, because you have to understand the character, like a lot of you were growing up watching movies like Star Wars and all. So maybe it was maybe when he was running around as a little boy, it was his version of R2-D2. But I've heard people interpret that it's Noah, because he's silent, he's on the journey, but he's silent. And but I like to think of it, he's sort of, they're both the spaceman and the robot are sort of his guardian angel. And in the end, when his father's finally gone, and we see him in the water, and he looks back and he sees his kids there, the most important things in his life, and he looks back and it's been washed away. And then when he's there having that great moment, like he's found this community, he's found friendship, he's found love, and the robot is sort of like off to move on to somebody else. That's how I always thought of it. Yes. Well, I meant this young lady here, but you'll go after.
Hi, so I'm Eddie. First of all, thank you for all of this. It was a great experience for me, so thanks. I wanted to know first, you've been actor in TV shows, movie, doing realizations. did play on Broadway. Were there any maybe one of those jobs that you most prefer, and maybe in the future you will do more?
Yeah, I want to do more. It's very hard. It's, you know, as you know, it's hard to get movies made. I want. If I had to pick, it would be directing movies. It brings me the most. I don't even have to act in them. Just directing them brings me the most pleasure. But I don't want to put my name on crap. You know, I could have. You know, one of the backlash things was, oh, Zach Braff can go direct a movie. What the fuck? Yeah, I can go make a studio stupid romantic comedy. Of course I can. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something that was unique and different and out of the box. And wasn't a comedy, wasn't a drama, had surreal, had spacemen, had flying robots. And it's so hard to get unique stuff made unless you're, because audiences are going, I can only speak for American cinema, I don't know about, I'm actually, one thing that's great about France is you guys love movies and you go to the movies, all different types of movies. It's harder and harder in the States to get people to go see anything that isn't a Marvel movie. You know, that movie made $95 million in its opening weekend. That is insane. So, you know, for little movies about sad, weird Jews, it's hard. Yeah, young lady here.
Hi. First of all, thank you. You're my favorite director.
Oh, wow.
I watched your movie when I was 14, and it changed my life completely.
Thank you so much.
But I also love Woody Allen.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I understood you worked with him
Yeah.
a bit. Maybe you could give me an honest answer. Easy crazy.
Woody Allen's the shyest person you've ever met. I guarantee it. I'm 39 and I've met a lot of people. I've never met a fellow human being so shy. So I think that's where a lot of his, you know, he's just very, very socially awkward. He is. He's very socially awkward, but very funny and, you know, so smart. In working on the play, what happens is you do previews, so you do the show for an audience, but critics can't come for like a month, so you can kind of work out the kinks, try new jokes, whatever. And and so that was fun. I'd get to like hang out with him the day after the show, and he'd tell me new jokes. And I missed a joke one night. I forgot to say it. It was a setup. It's just my co-star's joke, and I didn't say it. I fucked up. And I went, "Oh, Woody, I'm really sorry. I missed that joke." And he goes, "Yeah, you'll probably get a bigger laugh if you actually say it on stage." So there you know, he's my hero too. So getting a chance to have little moments like that with him was really fun. And I think he's often misunderstood just because he's just so socially uncomfortable, and he is an exaggerated version of the character he plays in the movies. Yes, in the blue shirt in the middle.
2 questions for you.
Wait, sorry. All right, go ahead. You don't have a blue shirt on, but go ahead. I guess technically it's blue. Then we'll come back to you second, get him second, and this man in the very turquoisey blue shirt.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. I can remember, I think it's been a long time since I've been moved or touched by a movie like that, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
I wanted to know what was the biggest motivation or the main reason for you to do this movie?
Because I knew that I had a fan base that was hungry for more movies like Garden State. And I knew that over the last decade, I've tried to get them made in various ways, and I couldn't. And it's so frustrating, because here I am looking at you in Paris, and it's the same thing. I mean, it's all over the earth. I'm doing this in Rome and Berlin, in the UK, and I know that there's this audience that isn't being serviced. You know, is that the right word? It hasn't serviced, isn't having things provided for them, enough content provided for them. Because one thing is probably certain is that all of us probably have a similar taste. If you like what I'm doing, we probably have some of the same filmmakers we probably like some of the same music. And I feel like I don't go to the movies. I just don't go to the movies. There's not enough, no one's really making movies for me. So when I made Garden State, I was thinking like, I wonder if there's anyone who likes the same kind of movies as me. I'm gonna make a movie. And then I had that phenomenal success. And so the whole time since, when I've been getting all these doors slammed in my face saying, no, I was so motivated because I was like, I just feel like there's an audience that will like this film. So it's so gratifying to find out that there is. So that was my motivation, just trying to, it's a fight, it really is a fight. It's an uphill climb. It's actually the first line I say in the Woody Allen play. I play a playwright, you're not gonna believe this, but in the play I'm doing, the Woody Allen play I'm doing on Broadway, I play a struggling, neurotic Jewish playwright who literally says, I mean, it's so bizarre, coincidental, but I don't know if you know the movie Bullets Over Broadway, but if you haven't seen it, you should see it. This is the musical version of that. But I must say 5 times, no more compromises. And that was the whole, spirit behind this. It's like, what would happen if you made a movie without compromise? And then my very first line in the show is, a woman says to me, "I heard, so you wrote another play?" And I say, "I must admit, it's an uphill battle." And that's how I feel. Getting the movies made like this is an uphill battle these days. I gotta add a raccoon. Yes? Oh, sorry, we forgot Stripey Stripe. Okay.
All right, two questions for you.
Then you'll be next, because you're wearing a cool t-shirt.
With the overwhelming outpour of the fans' money with Kickstarter, would you consider doing it again?
Hell no! No, and I only say that, no, you guys are amazing. The 47,000 people are amazing. The experience was wonderful. I hope you liked what we did. I've backed so many things on Kickstarter, and my mantra to me and my whole team was, let's call the best I've ever followed, the best thing I've ever backed, let's say that their interaction with their backers was 3 out of 10, I want to do 20 out of 10. I want to create video content, I want to be in constant email, I want to really go overboard and set the bar really, really high in case people start to follow this model. But it was an incredible amount of work. Not only was it an incredible amount of work, just the logistics of making sure not 1 out of 47,000 people was upset or felt slighted or was still having a good time with the experience, but just the communication with that many people across the globe. And then, of course, the PR battle I had to deal with articulating film financing to Earth. I had a fan write me on Twitter being like, "Zach, you're on the cover of my Saudi Arabian newspaper." Because, you people, I would imagine, or because you're here, are maybe internet savvy, or tech savvy, have heard of crowdfunding. Even if you hadn't, you had this experience. All that, the onus was on me all of a sudden to explain crowdfunding to Planet Earth, to explain the intricacies of film financing to Planet Earth. And it was a lot of work. It was like starting 4 businesses at once while trying to make this movie in 26 days. We made this movie in 26 days. I only had Mandy Patinkin for 4 days. So I don't think I would do it again, but I would, if and when it becomes a thing legal in the United States where people can own an equity stake, I might try that. That seems to be something that's on the horizon, but nothing in our country gets done quickly, so I'll probably be dead by the time that gets figured out. What I would do is probably go the traditional route or make something that was so small that I could finance it myself wholly. This, as you saw, has some scale to it. I put a lot of my money into this, but I couldn't pay for the whole thing myself because we just happened to have written something that had some scale to it. And kids and special effects and road movies, all that stuff is all the stuff that costs a lot of money. And shooting in LA is very, very expensive. So I'm gonna write a movie that takes place in my house, in my living room, and shoot it on a Canon 5D. Who did I say? This chap with the t-shirt here. You can just yell it out. You're shy. I'm shy.
Hello.
Hi.
Everybody speak really good. Me not. Sorry. I love your movie.
Thank you.
We love your movie. Seems to me.
Yeah.
But have you made the film you expect?
Did I make the film I expected?
Yeah.
I made the exact film I expected. Yeah, I don't get me wrong, I changed things. You classically get in the, with Garden State and this film, I cut over 45 minutes out of the movie. Because you don't really, and I had heard this said to me, but it's true, you don't really know, you find your movie as a director in the edit room. I think of it like a scavenger hunt. Do you know that term? How do you say scavenger hunt? Say it into the mic, come on, dude, you're gonna earn the money.
Une sorte de jeu de piste pour trouver, avec des indices pour trouver quelque chose.
That.
Dans incroyablement le film avec Tom Hanks.
When you go around and collect things, and it's like a list of things you gotta collect. Okay. See, I gotta put them to work. I once had a sign language interpreter, and I was speaking at college, and they had a sign language woman, and I spent the whole time, I got totally distracted and just tried to get her to sign inappropriate things. And I had the whole audience dying laughing. We didn't do, the Q&A was just screwed, because we were just saying funny things to have her sign them. I highly recommend that if you're ever given the opportunity. What were we talking about? So I think of it like a scavenger hunt. You go out, you collect, you have 26 days. It's like, okay, it's manic. It's like, okay, I got this, okay. Did we get that? Okay. And you collect as much imagery as you can, and the best performances you can, and get it all. And then you get to sit in an edit room and you kind of exhale for a second. You think, okay, what the hell did we make? You know, because things rise to the top that you didn't know. So if I wrote a scene about Grace calls her uncle, in my mind I know it's going to be moving, but I don't know that little 13-year-old girl is going to deliver that performance with a tear teetering on her eyelid until it finally drops. So all of a sudden you see that and you go, whoa, that's gained in importance. So something else in Joey's storyline, like I shot Jesse's pool party, goes out of importance because other things have become more important. And as you shape the story, other things happen, like the scene between Donald and I and we improv for a half a day in that Aston Martin dealership. 99% of it was way too broad for this movie. We're like hugging and smelling each other. We had this whole thing, we didn't eagle, but we had this whole thing where I was like, when he thinks Grace is sick, and he goes, I just lost my grandmother. And I go, well, I'm so sorry, how old was she? And he goes, 102. I'm like, why are you taking up so early? And I go, you know what she's driving up in heaven? An Aston Martin. And there's like a long pause, and he goes, with rims. How do you say rims? The things on the wheels. Faison. So anyway, the point is we improv all this silly stuff, and I got in the edit room, and on set it was funny, but I was like, wait, this is Scrubs. This isn't Scrubs. So I'll put it on the DVD. But my point is that you shape the movie in the edit room, and so there's things that got cut that I was like, wow, I never would have guessed I would have cut that. The same thing with Garden State. There's things that I cut that if you had asked me the first day of editing, I never would have thought would ever not be in the movie. But eventually you see things like, I love this scene, but for the good of the whole piece of art, this scene needs to go to make the piece of art better. And that's true with any art, I'm sure.